Venice Beach is the most popular attraction in all of Los Angeles, and in this video I'm going to show you some of the best things to see, do, and eat here in Venice. I am starting right along the beach near the Venice Beach Pier, and yes, this is a popular beach, but it turns out that's not the main reason people come here. The main reason people come here is for the Venice Beach Boardwalk and the associated Abbot Kinney shopping district. So we're going to spend a lot of time exploring those areas, but you should see as we started, there is a cool beach that this fronts as well, but it's a lot of these amenities that really make this place unique. And Venice, there's definitely no place in the world that is like this neighborhood in Los Angeles. To the left right here, we have Muscle Beach. This is where Arnold Schwarzenegger famously got his start bodybuilding. It's had a few different locations. The original one was in Santa Monica, but the neat thing about Muscle Beach is it is a outdoor gym. So if you like working out, but you don't like the stuffiness of 24-hour fitness or LA Fitness or things like that, you can work out here in the sun and the fresh air. There are a whole bunch of these, paddleball courts. So you can play paddleball out here right by the beach, paddle tennis. This is always popular. Now, the boardwalk extends just for about another block that way, but there was really loud music. I'd get a copyright infringement if I walked to the end, so we're gonna start here in front of Muscle Beach. We've got a little gift shop right over here. Lots of gift shops that line this, but really the vendors that are outside, not in the shops on the right, but as we'll get to the left, are what make this place unique. A lot of artistic and artsy vendors that come out to Venice. We've got a sunglass store here in the Hall of Frames. If you didn't bring your shades and you find it to be too sunny, you can pick up some sunglasses. You're gonna find lots of sunglasses as we go along here. Muscle Beach Nutrition, because if you're working out and you don't want the Dippin' Dots, right? You want a healthy shake. I don't know. They also said like they sell shawarma, #1 in town. Maybe you didn't bring your swimsuit, or you want really, Venice is classy for like these sorts of t-shirts. Yes, that's right, the crude and rude variety. We've got some big basketball courts here in the Venice Recreation Center. My selfie, if you're looking for a cool selfie to take at this place, is gonna be right at this gift shop that's got the muscle builder with those 500-pound weights and the classic Venice sign right there inside. Public restrooms line the boardwalk. They are not great. They are functional, barely. They are barely functional. So maybe use the restroom before you come and go. The sinks on the outside, those are probably going to be a-okay. This area, really the central hub of Venice right here. We'll check out the skate park over on that side in just a minute. We've got some t-shirts here to advertise the Gulf of America. If you've not been following the drama on that, there's this body of water known as the Gulf of Mexico that by executive order in the US currently is called the Gulf of America. Back there, Hotel Irwin, popular place to stay if you're looking for a spot in the center, the heart of Venice Beach. You can rent these bikes, you can rent these little kind of wheelchair type things. Get yourself a poncho or get yourself some local magnets. This right here, I would say is like really, really Venice. These kind of like ramshackle souvenir stores that are basically, hardly a building. I mean, if you look at the back of these things, they're just like little tin sheds, but they've been here for a long time. And then the street vendors that set up just over here on the left. Get yourself some skates over here at this skateboard shop, or a Chinese massage if you're feeling a little bit sore. We're gonna walk down here to the right before we come back around to the boardwalk and check out the skate park. We've got some obedient dogs here and somebody doing some video. You'll find a lot of people doing videos around here, clearly about how well-behaved these pooches are. I don't know, maybe they've got their own TikTok or Instagram channel, but cameras are definitely not a rare sight here in Venice. A lot of LA-based content creators come out here to make their videos. Apparently, as do I. I am out here making this video today because a number of people asked me, Chris, with the fires in LA, what's Venice Beach like? I've heard, you know, a lot of things are closed down, this and that, and I will tell you, as you can see, things are still hopping here. I'm shooting this video at the end of May, just before summer really gets in swing. It's Friday at like 1 p.m., so that's why it doesn't seem busy. Let me tell you, the Venice Beach Boardwalk and Venice Beach neighborhood, you know, back to its action that it's always been. I don't know if I would say always been. We're gonna go check out some things that are still struggling, but that's more of a result of COVID than it is of the LA fires. We've got a taco shop over here that's quite popular for its birria tacos. What is this place called? This place is Amigos Birria Tacos. Look at those burritos right there. They look pretty tasty. All right. One of the best ways to get around Venice is absolutely to bike. So rent a bike, bring a bike. You can rent these like pay by the app bikes or scooters or things like that to get around here too. Got some interesting coffee shops, these old school buildings. So Venice Beach here in Los Angeles was founded by this guy named Abbot Kinney. We're gonna check out his street, Abbot Kinney Boulevard, in a little bit, to be the Venice of America, yes, of Venice, Italy. So much of it is this Italian style buildings, the historic buildings, and there are in fact canals. There used to be more canals than there are now, but we're absolutely gonna check out the canals as we go on this walk. That'll be our third part. Boardwalk, Abbot Kinney Boulevard, and canals. This little intersection right here of Windward and Pacific Avenue is where you will find the Venice sign right up there. So if you're looking to take that selfie of Venice, this is where you will find it. Some cool old school Italian buildings over there with Mao's Kitchen, gotta have it, grocer, Bank of America. This is one of the central hubs. This is like a scramble crossing. So all things cross at once. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed up the traffic and then we'll go ahead and cross once it turns green. All right, here we go, green light. So this hostel is in a historic building. You know, Venice is one of these neighborhoods that's like, it's all over the map. It's high end, it's low end, it's got a lot of character, a lot of local things like this local neighborhood deli right here. But this is a place that hasn't been around in a long time. This is a new place meant to look old. Sandwiches in here, $18, so that's not a cheap sandwich. Pizza next door. Venice Beach Mart, pick up your little sand toys if you didn't bring your own. Got the Tesla Cybertruck right here. Foundation, I don't know, does that mean it's one of like the original Cybertrucks? A lot of Cybertrucks in the Los Angeles area. Okay, we're heading back to the boardwalk. We'll head over to check out the famous skate park. And one of my favorite murals in Venice is this one right up here of what this street that we're on looked like, you know, way back in the day, like 1930s or something like that. Over on this side is the Hotel Irwin. From the side, it has a cool rooftop balcony up there. And this public parking lot, you're pretty much paying for parking if you're coming here to Venice. So popular that they actually put the cars up on like elevators and stack them 2 cars high. The sign says parking starting at $8. It's probably $8 an hour, the parking here. Be careful. Like today, again, it's not quite summer, so the parking's cheap. Like this says parking all day, $10. But you know, tomorrow, Saturday, that'll probably be $40. If you're here on July 4th, it'll probably be $50 or $80 or something crazy. We've got more bikes that you can rent. Beach cruisers, 15, trailers, bodyboards, anything you would want to have a good time at the beach, including wetsuits. If you come here in the winter, the water's cold, so you can rent a wetsuit for like, you know, reasonable price to go in the water. Because if you're here in December, you are not gonna wanna be in that ocean without a wetsuit. Okay, free tacos, apparently, right here, says this thing. Not sure what the story behind free tacos is. I'm sure it's like buy one, get one free tacos, not entirely free. As a lot of people do their content creation, we've got somebody that has a microphone set up over here with a sign that says, "My therapist changed my life." Okay, very good. I want to know more. I want to know more, but I don't want to talk to other people to know more. We've got more massage places, Egyptian stuff, lots of seagulls, and as we go over this way, windy today, but warm. It's probably 75, 78 degrees right now, but the air from the beach keeps it pretty cool. If you're riding your bike or you're riding your skateboard, they don't allow those on the main boardwalk over there, although you'll see people do it. But in theory, they could give you a ticket for that. If you want to ride your bike or your skateboard, then you got to do it over on this second sidewalk over here. Okay, we've got, I wouldn't really call this the skate park, but these are for people that want to do some tricks that don't want to be shamed in the big skate park over here. These are where like the really good skateboarders go over on this side. I never got into skateboarding. I'm more of a bicycle rider myself. I do like surfing. I do it poorly. I've never really gotten good at it. I'm a longboarder, so 9-foot longboard to float my 6-foot body around works pretty good. I also like bodyboarding. So that's some you might call it a boogie board, but the small foam boards, if you want to do that for real, then you wear some swim fins and some webbed gloves to really get you the speed you need to catch some good waves and get into the barrel. All right, so here we are. See some tricks. Ooh, that's pretty good. You can see this is not for the wimps in this skate park. All right, so it's a pretty fun place to come and watch these guys, hopefully not break any bones. If you want to watch the surfing, then the Venice Beach Pier that is just down that way is the place that you'll want to go to watch the surf. Okay, we're gonna go down here as I jump without breaking any bones. Dunk, dunk, dunk. All right, no bones broken. I am happy to report. We have a little crosswalk for crossing the bike path. Do beware, they tend not to stop, so you don't want to get run into. Santa Monica, just about a mile or two to the north, 15-minute bike ride if you're riding over there, maybe a 45-minute walk if you're walking over to the Santa Monica Pier. So these are two great beaches to do together. If you want to see more of what Santa Monica looks like, it's definitely going to be a bit more upscale than Venice is. You can check out my full walking tour just like this on Santa Monica. Link will be in the description and also at the end of this video. We've got some more souvenir stores in the classic Italian structure here, just painted blue. I told you there's no place in the world like Venice who would take their classic Italian building and paint it that color of blue. And I guess the answer is whoever owns that place. This is a really historic place, the Sidewalk Cafe and Bar and Small World Books. There's a little bookstore right in here, and then there's a big Sidewalk Cafe on this side. This guy here brings his piano out here like every day. I don't know where he brings his piano from, but you'll see him playing the piano. If you appreciate the art or the performances, definitely give these folks a few bucks because it's how many of them make their living. The Sidewalk Cafe, we can go check out some of their things here. We got salads, sandwiches about 20 bucks, burgers about 20 bucks. You know what, like 20 bucks seems to be the going price of a base meal. We've got the Venice House of Ink, tattoos and piercing next to the Venice finest blunts. Yes, you can buy your legal cannabis here on the boardwalk. Got and so by the way, they got these electric bikes. You can't ride this right here. This bikes may not be ridden on this boardwalk or the bike trail. So the bike trail over there is only for pedal bikes and not for e-bikes. So know that if you're renting an e-bike. We've got it looks like a new gelato place over here, the Sicilian Cafe. We have a very sad looking Mario. Likely has had too many blunts, I think, in front of this tattoo gallery. All right, you can get a piercing here for $45 plus the cost of jewelry. Tattoos, 2 tattoos for $120 as long as they're of the small size. We just passed a Peruvian kitchen. We've got a bunch of little eateries that are down here on the side. So if you're looking for some quick eats, I don't know, this one's not open. Things come and go here in Venice like really, really quick. You can see this one's not open either, but we've got we've got a little pasta place that looks like it has some pretty solid looking pastas on this wall here. You can see their pictures. These places, they're just a door. They're a door. They open halfway. Fish and chips, $17 for classic fish and chips. Teriyaki here through this door. Horchata, Jamaica, Thai tea, tacos too, and the Breakaway Cafe. Overnight oats, breakfast burritos, breakfast sandwiches, right there. Oh, and they've got happy hour, 8 to 9 a.m. Buy a food item and get a free 12-ounce drip coffee. Okay, we're gonna go that way later to check out Abbot Kinney, but we're still gonna stay along the boardwalk. This street has also been turned into a little pedestrian street for just eating, like a little food court. Kind of a cool place to sit and enjoy. We've got a local and organic coffee shop on the right, pizza by the slice. More public restrooms off in the distance. Continuing the way we were, which is northwards towards Malibu. We've got some more classic t-shirts, classic Root t-shirts with the Bee Gees playing in the background that were staying alive. That's right. This dog has horns. He's wearing like devil horns on his ears or something like that. All right, interesting look. We've got some fresh made churros here on the right, funnel cakes. What I will say, back in the day, so if I compare this to like how Venice used to be before COVID, even more people, even more vibrant, more artists that would come out here to the boardwalk and like make their art while they're here. Now tends to be a little less of that, more commercialized, more kind of dumpy souvenirs, and even that, a bunch of places that there would have been vendors like here that there just aren't today. Now, if you watched videos back from 2020 or 2021 where they really had like significant homeless problems that like literally these vendors couldn't set up here because these sandy hills and everything were just taken over by homeless camps, that has all been cleaned up. That's not to say that there aren't any homeless. Venice still has a significant homeless population here, many of them with likely some mental issues that really need some help. So I will say this is probably a great destination in the daytime. As the sun goes down, all the vendors close, and so you probably don't want to be on the boardwalk anymore after everything closes. If you're looking to do something in the evening and around here, then go check out the Santa Monica Pier. That's going to be a better spot at the nighttime than the Venice Beach Boardwalk. And so that's pretty much the hours of the boardwalk. These stores tend to go from about 10 a.m. until like sunset. So in the winter, that's 5 or 6 p.m. and in the summer, that's 7 or 8 p.m. This time in June, it's about 8 p.m. Boy, we have some really loud music over here. We can go take a look at what this vendor's selling. They've got some like yarnimals over here. Things are all knitted. Here's a knitted. That's pretty cute. So the boardwalk used to have a lot more of that kind of stuff. And you know, like there's some cool art here too. I bet that would look good under a black light. We've got some fruit salespeople here. We've got some of the, looks like the Venice finest patrolling the boardwalk. There's a Starbucks in here if you're looking for some coffee. And yeah, some stores that are available. But this has been a thing, like come and go. Like I say, stores come and go so much in Venice. It's one of those places that a lot of businesses, like American Apparel when they were big, would have their flagship here in Venice. We're gonna see a ton of that on Abbot Kinney, where the rent here is high and I think the profits are low, but there's a lot of places that just wanna be in Venice. Google has a office in Venice. I actually know some people that work at the Google here in Venice. You wouldn't think that this would be the place for Googleites, but in fact it is. Okay, the boardwalk continues for about 3 or 4 more blocks that way, but we want to go to Abbot Kinney, so we're going to turn this way and go down Brooks Avenue, to get to Abbot Kinney, which is the high-end part of Venice. We've got a billboard here for Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. Interesting thing about Kobe Bryant, one of the famous basketball players for the Los Angeles Lakers, he lived not in Los Angeles, he lived in the city of Irvine, roughly 50 miles south of here, which turns out to be the same city that I live in. I'm not claiming to have been friends with Kobe or have seen him around, but he chose to live with his family in, as it's known, the OC, or Orange County, instead of LA right here. All right, I'm gonna speed up the walk until we get to the high-end shopping hub of Abbot Kinney. Okay, this is Pacific Avenue, so this is the same street that we crossed, that we saw the Venice Beach sign on about 6 blocks back. But you can see like the houses here in Venice are like these cute little beach cottages. I mean, it's a cute neighborhood, you know, a lot of cute architecture, little coffee shops, little markets on every corner. Not a lot of hotels in Venice, so if you are looking to stay around here, my first recommendation would be to stay in Marina del Rey, which is just to the south of Venice. I like the Marina del Rey Marriott, or stay in the north in Santa Monica. It's gonna be, Marina del Rey I think is generally gonna be a little bit cheaper, and the hotels are gonna be a little bit nicer than the hotels in Santa Monica. But I guess if you stay in Santa Monica, then you can see the pier and all that downtown stuff without having to drive anywhere. If you're in Marina del Rey, you'll need to drive or Uber it around most places, but Marina del Rey is generally where I stay when I come to the Venice, Santa Monica area and I want to spend more than just a day trip. All right, back to the speed walk. Okay, here we are at the beginning of the high-end commercial district. This is Abbot Kinney and Westminster. You know, there's this phrase that nobody walks in LA, but what you're seeing now is actually there's a lot of people that walk in LA. They just walk within neighborhoods. So there's a lot of people here that walk in Venice, a lot of people that here that walk in Santa Monica. Just people tend to not walk between them all that much. Abbot Kinney is high-end shops, fashionable shops, high-end coffee shops, high-end restaurants. Away, luggage brand over there, has a little store over there. Blue Bottle Coffee, one of my favorite coffee shops in LA, has a spot over there. A lot of the shops are in these like cottages that you see on that side, like these old school cottages that used to be houses, but that's part of like the shtick, I feel like, of Venice Beach, to be like, look, I've got my fancy, expensive boutique in like this old school building. This building that we're looking at right here was built in 1923. Sometimes people say there's no history in Los Angeles, but it turns out there is. Now they sell Viore, or in this case, they sell Godiva chocolates in the store next door. That's very typical LA. Sell your chocolates next to the place that then you sell your workout clothes to burn off your chocolate. Parking, definitely big challenge around Abbot Kinney. You will find the parking to be pretty expensive. There's not really any big parking structures, so you're gonna be driving for a little while, which is why I would just park at the beach and then walk over here. There's a really popular Italian sandwich store over this way. Right on! Thank you very much, I appreciate it. Talking about those Italian sandwiches, I ran into some fellow explorers from Mexico that were enjoying their time here after visiting Universal Studios, Disneyland, few hours in Venice before they go home. Al Antico Veneto? I don't know, not pronouncing it right, but that is a really popular Italian sandwich spot across the street from Suit Supply that you can get a suit. Not many people in LA wear suits, but this is much more like a California casual suit of this kind of like light color. High-end soaps, Le Labo right here next to this perfume store. There are all these little tiny galleries, but Le Labo has some good smelling soap. This is one of my favorite soap brands, although it definitely has a price to match. They have their own journal. You can get the Le Labo journal right here, newspaper, all about about soap and fine perfumes. Across the street, the Butcher's Daughter is a popular restaurant. This one is new. I haven't seen this one yet. Nudes, a noodle concept. They don't seem to be very busy yet. Probably just getting going, as in the world of things come and go a lot. Apparently not just Asian noodles, but looks like they've got like spaghetti here too. Interesting. Marine layer from San Francisco. We use this phrase, the marine layer, for the clouds that hang over the coast. Today, it's been pretty sunny, which is actually pretty unusual here in June. Usually we get this June gloom effect, which is, well, we have May gray and we have June gloom just because they happen together, which is generally the clouds hang out over the coast, usually until lunchtime. Sometimes they stick around till 2 or 3 o'clock before they burn off, but we would say that is the marine layer, the clouds that hang out over the ocean before they go away, just to ruin people's beach mornings. We've got like an old VW bus here that's like been converted to some kind of store. We've got an interesting rainbow colored heart inside the monks. It's a cool yellow house. This was my favorite. Or it's gold. It's actually gold. Not because I like the store, but just because I like the gold. We've got a cool sewing machine right here. The Lizard King. Those are some cool jackets. Looks like this is available. You can rent this out if you want to rent out your next art studio or something. Greenleaf across the street if you want salads. These are some of the many rental bikes that you can pick up. These are the LA City rental bikes, but then there's also some of the app ones, like these scooters that just get strewn about everywhere. But I love the murals that are on the sides of some of these buildings too. So look down little alleys and, get yourself a selfie with the rooster hand fish. What would you call that? I don't know. Rooster Fish. That's the name of this bar. Rooster Fish. Okay. But you can see a lot of people drive their little trucks down here that are stores. Here's like a hat and sweatshirt shop in the like old U-Haul. All you need is love and new bikinis. San Lorenzo bikinis right down there. Another hat shop. This is apparently the thing, is to bring your converted van that's a store down here to Abbot Kinney and sell $50 hats and $40 beanies, in case you were wondering. Some handmade jewelry with a poochie. Self-taught metalsmith, said the sign. We've got a little Who set. This is like a Scandinavian place that specializes in Scandinavian stuff. So, different vibe than the rest of Abbot Kinney here. And they've got a whole section of Swedish candy. The Swedes are the #1 candy eating culture of any country. Like they eat the most candy per capita than anyone else. Interesting fact brought to you by Yellow Productions today. We have the Lonely Barber. This is cool. Regular here on Abbot Kinney. Barber shop in this little converted van right there. You can see there's the barber chair. I don't know, might be too dark, but there is one. Nobody was getting there. Nobody was getting done. Pet portraits drawn without looking. You get what you get and you don't get upset, said the sign. Hilarious. Farm Rio from Rio de Janeiro. Some Rio de Janeiro inspired clothes. Oh, this is interesting. And where do they sell a lot of their clothes? They have like this backyard patio back here. Because these used to be houses and now they're just stores. So you can see they just push the clothes out in this backyard patio. There's the bikinis, there's the dresses. Interesting. UPS probably, what? Delivering some Amazon packages? No, Amazon delivers in there. That was loud. Delivers in their own trucks now. We do have some American classics like J. Crew right here, but you don't see that many of the big chains here on Abbot Kinney. Fellow for coffee. If you want some high-end coffee machines, makers, water kettles, that's all we got in this store. High-end kettles. Our place right here has some interesting kitchenware designed in LA that you can get in a lot of different colors. All the kitchenware to your heart's content in this store that is pink. that used to be a shoe store, and then they had like a coffee shop inside the shoe store just a couple years ago, as things go around. Gooder makes some really reasonably priced sunglasses. All of them are polarized, and they're in this cool little cottage right here. Let's see, we can stick our camera in just so you can see the inside of this place. Like, super interesting vibe in the Gooder store. His shirt matches the walls. I love it. It's great. I'm sure that's part of the attire. You work here, you wear an Aloha shirt that matches the walls. But super glad he was friendly. We have a little coffee shop that rolls up here, and to get to the height of the sidewalk, they actually roll it up on something. So they come here all the time. They got smoothies, coffees. Coffees are between $3 and $7.50 if you want their most expensive coffees. Peak Design. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen Peak Design here. Why do I say oh my gosh? Peak Design is a very famous sort of like backpack maker, camera brand, like Peter McKinnon type stuff. So you can come in here to the Peak Design store and take a look at all their Peak Design backpacks. Hi there.
Welcome in.
Thank you. They've got this is the new suitcase, the new Roller Pro suitcase.
Roller Pro.
Yeah.
I can show you guys all about it.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah. Which one did you want to check out?
Let's check out the one with the camera cube inside of it, if we may.
Large camera cube. All
Yes.
right, let's do that. Here we are. Drawbridge style opening, glass reinforced hinges as well.
Very cool. And how much are they?
This is $599.95. The extra large camera cube is going to be $149.95. It was a little bit cheaper for the backers and Kickstarter, but you'll be able to see this in stores beginning June 17th.
Very good. Well, hey, that was cool. Thanks so much to V for showing us around the Peak Design suitcase right there. I've only seen the Facebook ads, so it was neat to see it in person. All right, we've got Madewell. We got a little liquor store over here. We got Cha-Cha. Do we have the Rainbow Crosswalk? Maybe we passed the Rainbow Crosswalk as well. This has titless milk, is what the sign says. It's almond milk. There we go. In this organic store. Very interesting vibe on that store too. Here's a say hello to little fishies, kind of like a babyish looking store. I don't know. Sand cloud. Beachy gear is what I would say that place is. Takes a little while, each one of these stores, to kind of like figure out what they sell. If you're looking for some pizza by the slice over here, quick food, there's Abbott's Pizza Company right on that side. It's probably going to be your cheapest, quickest thing to eat on Abbot Kinney.
Also, I think
the things we do. Also, as you go down these, like, check out the murals right over here. Check out the advertisements for pickles. Friends don't let friends eat warm pickles. You'll find these pickles chilling in the refrigerated section. Yeah, warm pickles. I don't like the warm pickles either. All right, more Cybertrucks. Even the Ray-Ban shop here is cool. Like, this has to be like the coolest Ray-Ban shop ever. Next to Warby Parker, the sunglass startup. Warby Parker, glasses, sunglasses, contacts, exclamation points. We've got it all. You sure do. Cool benches built out of stone. They have some little signs to tell you where some small parking lots are. 19 parking spaces that way, which is not very many in LA numbers. We have Oakberry signature acai bowls. That place used to be a Swedish ice cream place. We've got some nice jasmine flowers blooming here in front of tumbleweed and dandelion. Just like a cottage style furniture shop. Something like that. Here, be our guest. Decorate your home in these beachy vibes. Oh, little kitty chairs. My 5-year-old daughter would absolutely love to sit in those chairs. I'd have a hard time peeling her off. Speaking of soaps, the other fancy soap, Le Labo and Aesop. I always like that Aesop has samples of their hand lotion right out here. So if you wonder what it smells like or feels like, you can get it right by the door. I'd say all the time, but probably when they're open. I think when they're closed, they bring it inside. Grace loves lace. We're just passing by appointment only, so hard to tell what that actually is. We've got this like divish bar over here, The Big, that also has like a nice outdoor patio over here. They seem to be doing some construction on it at the moment. We've got someone riding one of those Lime scooters. Those are the ones you can rent by the minute with the Lime app. Garrett Light California Optical Sunglasses. Vibes Company Brewery Eats Fun. Looks like they've got some beer flights or cider flights or something. What do we got? Homemade ice cream sandwich at the top of the Eats, $5. That's funny. Ciders, SoCal Ciders, flight of 5, no price. No price. That tells me anytime there's no price, that means it's really expensive. Cool little, you can see these cool little cottages, you know, these original like Venice cottages, this yellow one right here. Cool little upside down trumpet tree. Store's closing, everything must go. Gotta make way for the next flagship store to come on this corner. Bad Mash opening spring 2025. I think we've passed that, so I don't know that place is open yet. Okay. There's a Hoka store over there on the left. My favorite shoes are Hokas. I am wearing the Hoka shoes right here, size 14, in case you wonder. Okay, and they are the Hoka Bondi 8s. That's my shoe choice. They might be the Bondi 7s, but I like the ultra plush feel of the Hoka shoes. We've got some, you know, LA is a big Hollywood town, so you'll always see tons of billboards for things that are opening in theaters. Here we got the Phoenician Scheme, things that are coming on Apple Play. Oh, this is directed by Wes Anderson. That's cool. Things that are playing on Netflix when it's awards time. They'll like for consideration for awards. Over here on the corner, we have Alfred Coffee, kind of famous coffee and tea shop. Levine Bakery, which is a New York City-based cookie type bakery, famous for their cookies, featuring Wanderlust Creamery, an ice cream shop that has like travel-inspired ice cream. This is Venice Boulevard. So as we cross this, we're ending the upscale shopping neighborhood. We're gonna go check out the canals on the left. But if you want to check out another Venice institution, just to the left of Levine Bakery on Venice Boulevard is Erewhon Grocery Store. It's an anagram of nowhere, and it is LA's like most expensive grocery store. It is probably the USA's most expensive grocery store. Go in there and get a mason jar of beef bone broth for like $30 or something crazy. I would go in there and do a video for you, but they chase me out every time I try. All right, cool yellow house right here. These people, we could totally be friends. Yellow house, yellow ribbons, yellow Porsche. All right, I love you guys. I don't know you, but we must be brothers from another mother. All right, so we're gonna go to the canals next. Just a like block and a half down here. I'm gonna speed this up as we get to the Canal District. Okay, so if you're walking the way I'm walking to the Venice Canals off Venice, you would turn left on Eastern Court. We'll go down this alley 1 block, and then we'll make a right turn and 1 block. The canals are between Venice Boulevard and Washington, and then they are between Ocean Avenue and Main Pacific. From the beach, from the boardwalk where we started, it's about 2 or 3 blocks from the beach to get here. Right turn too early. Keep going, 1 more block. All right, we're gonna make the right turn down Carroll Avenue. That should get us into the Canal District. Okay, you say should. Chris, do you know what you're doing? Do you know where you're going? Yes, I know where you're going. Have you ever made a wrong turn before? All right, just one block too early. All right, so here you go. At the end of the street, we see the canals, and Venice had a lot more of these canals back in the day, but they were filled in. They were filled in with roads because, people were like, oh, well, the canals are stinky, they're smelly. Let's go ahead and go over this bridge. I mean, this is like definitely the most chill and most relaxing part of Venice, and it is definitely a whole nother world from the Venice Beach Boardwalk. Like if I was gonna live in Venice, this would definitely be the neighborhood that I would live in. Hi there. We've got some people taking their little doggy for a walk back there. This is a good dog walking neighborhood. Chris, why are you talking so much quieter? This just feels like the kind of place that I should talk quieter. All right, we'll go ahead and go up this little bridge here in the canal. Take a look at it from overhead. You can see there's like, these houses have their boats. They've got these wooden bridges over the canals. There's car bridges over the canals. People have like little piers, pontoons. What would you call that? Somebody who's a better mariner than I am, help me out with what the name of that floating platform would be. These houses definitely aren't going to be cheap. They're, anything in Venice is probably going to run you like $1 million to start and then up. And it looks like that guy in the yellow shirt that we saw over there probably lives right over here. So walking his dog out in front of his house. But, Abbot Kinney, Venice Boardwalk, noisy, crazy. Here, just like really relaxing. In the summer, on weekends, there are a lot of tourists like me and like you that'll come down here and take a look, but still really, really peaceful. Many people come to Venice and miss out on these canals entirely, but now you won't, because now you know that they're definitely worthwhile check out. Now you know where they are. I think that's another one where people like, I don't know where the canals are. I don't know how to get to the canals, because they don't really make them easy to find. There's no like big signs out there to be like, canals this way, because I think the people who live here are like, please keep it that way. Please keep it with quiet for us, and don't send the tourist hordes down our canal area. All right, let's go ahead and we'll speed up the walk as we walk back to the boardwalk. And if you find yourself limited on time, that you can't park, you can't get out and walk, and you want to drive through, there is one street that drives through. It is this street right here. It is Dell Avenue. It is a one-way street. If you want to drive on this street, you need to start on West Washington Boulevard, turn right on it, and then you can drive it one way over to Venice Boulevard. But you can stop on these bridges, admire the view. Don't stop too long so you don't block the traffic, but you can absolutely see it from your car. We're gonna continue down this side of the canal now on our way to the boardwalk. And then this part of the canal neighborhood right here, this is the one that's closest to the boardwalk, so this tends to be the one that most tourists walk on. So if you were to walk up from the boardwalk, Venice or Washington, turn into the Canal District and make your first turn in the Canal District, you can walk that sidewalk from one to the other without crossing any bridges. I feel like someday I should rent a kayak and kayak through here. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. Oh, and this is the sign. This is the sign to tell you where the Canals District is. Pretty small, easy to miss, but that's your look back on the Venice Canals. And there's a plane taking off from LAX in the distance, just so I can remember it. We'll take a photo right there. This is Pacific Avenue main ends because of the canals. So if you're driving this way from Santa Monica, Pacific is going to be the one that you will want to take. All right, yeah, to make some of these lights cross, you do got to push that button. Otherwise, you'll be standing here like a schmo forever waiting for the light to turn green. This little property up there, they've got a yellow gummy bear up on top. Cute. Okay, and this brings us back to the Venice Beach Boardwalk. If you were to walk this way to the south towards Marina del Rey, it is all residential. As you go down here, there's the Venice Beach Pier over there, but not really much in the way of shops in that direction. There's a few shops right in front of the pier, but for the most part, all houses. This parking lot here, this is my favorite parking lot if I can get into it, just because it's right next to the beginning of the commercial area of the boardwalk. This is where I parked today on a Friday. It was $9, but like you heard me say earlier, if you come on a weekend more in the center of the summer, it's gonna cost you more. Just be prepared for that. If this one fills up at the end of Venice, there's another beachfront parking walk at the end of Washington that I find fills up a little bit later than this one. And we've got on this corner, because we didn't check out this while we started, because I told you the music was too loud, so we'll do a little bit from a distance. We got another one of these old school Italian houses, and the place, the source of the really loud music that we're gonna get so close to right now is this really colorful ice cream, pizza, asada, fries place. I feel like if you're looking to take a kind of a cool selfie with a very colorful Venice Beach icon, this one right here is a good spot. Well, all right, fellow explorers, if you want to check out neighboring Santa Monica, a walk just like this, check out this video right here. If you're coming to Los Angeles and you want all of my travel tips, check out this video. And if you want to dive into more of my Southern California series, LA, OC, and San Diego, check out this whole playlist right here. As usual, fellow explorers, I won't say goodbye because I'm going to see you in the next video.